We live.
I said now we're live.
We live now. We live. We was live on the Facebook though. You don't say we live on Facebook.
What?
Ah, there it is, right there. Got the alert. We live, baby. We live.
Alert. We're live. Alert.
Anyway, so we can jump right into it and get the formal introductions out of the way. Welcome back to another episode of the Get Down. I am one of your hosts, the Hamma.
I'm your boy Snake.
I'm Mingo D. My forehead
And
shiny.
we are going to go ahead and jump straight into some gaming news. Because, you know, it's a little bit late. But we still going to talk nerd stuff. But to start out right now, I'm going to just hop out there and go ahead and say No Man's Sky. A game that I've had a lot of fun with. I wish that I would have had a PlayStation to play this game from the beginning. It's going to have a new update. It has been teased by the developers, and so anytime it's teased by developers, more than likely it's a thing. The new update, according to them, is going to be called Frontiers. They have not given out huge details on it, but we just know that this one is going to be called Frontiers. I'm imagining it's going to have some new mission style or mission based things that it's adding to the game. You know, we've had 3 other updates to the game this year, which included adding companions, and we had the Prisms update, which, you know, changed the way the game changed a lot of what it even looked like, made it look better. And to me personally, it made it play a little bit better. I mean, I could be wrong, but to me it seemed like it did.
What is wrong with you people? Why do you keep bombarding?
Like I said, there's not a whole lot of information, like detailed information on it, on Twitter that you can click on, and it shows all the updates from the beginning of No Man's Sky. I wish I could make that available. I can't make it available right this second, but that little tweet comes from guy Sean Murray, who works with the company that makes No Man's Sky.
It's on the screen right now.
They shared that. Oh, okay. So you can see it on the screen. You see the little Twitter link video that's right there?
Yes.
I wouldn't play it because I don't know if we're gonna get in trouble.
I'm not gonna play it.
Well, I'm just saying, if you guys are reviewing, if you want to go and look at that, it's there available. Hello Games, that's what they're called, developers, Hello Games. If you want to go check that out and see what all of the past updates are, if you're new to No Man's Sky, or if you're a vet in No Man's Sky and you're curious as to how many updates, well, they listed all of them right there on Twitter. So that is a thing. Now I gotta switch my deal here. Give me just a second.
Foundations, Pathfinder, Atlas Rises, Next, Abyss, Visions, Beyonds. Okay, I'm not going through them all.
Yeah, there's a ridiculous amount. So being what time it is, I'm gonna jump to the obvious. To me, what the obvious elephant in the room is, something that we've been discussing, that we discussed last show as well. We know how much trouble Activision is in, as far as in California with the legal suits. But now, even more so now, it's going to start affecting particular games. So the game director for Diablo 4, his name's Luis Barriga, is no longer with the company. Also, lead level developer for Activision Blizzard, Jesse McCree, is no longer with Activision Blizzard. And the World of Warcraft designer, Jonathan LeCraft, no longer with Blizzard. So it's already bad enough. They've been losing a lot of execs and, a lot of suits, people that are supposed to take care of this situation that's ongoing with Activision Blizzard. Now it really is affecting the gaming portion of the company, because now you have lead you have lead designers and game directors that are stepping down or being fired. It does not detail in this particular article if they were fired or if they voluntarily walked away. It just says they're no longer in the company. They're no longer in the company directory, so you won't find them. It's like they don't exist. It to me, it's now, and I'm gonna get these guys' opinion. To me, it's now really affecting. It's gonna start affecting the bottom line for real now, because while I'm sure, they have people kind of that have been waiting for these jobs that are becoming vacant. We don't know how good they're going to be at this job. When you have somebody that's been there consistently, and we all know that basically the basic juggernaut that World of Warcraft is. That game's been going forever. People play it. They buy the expansions every time. Even when they complain a little bit, they still buy the expansion and they still play it. Diablo's another one that's a big PC game that people play. And when you have a person, that's been a game director over Diablo for that long, and now it's changing, in my opinion, you're definitely fixing to start affecting bottom line. Like, you're fixing to affect money seriously, because things aren't going to operate the same. They're just not. Part of that's because people have, look at this guy. Part of that's because people have, it was a cookie. He's being, I'm not going to say, he's eating Oreos, son of a bitch. That's my cookie too. Anyway, whenever you have somebody that's working on a game that long and you're changing it, everybody's going to have a little bit of their own vision as to how they want things to be.
Yep.
And they're going to put their spin on what's already in the game or what they're trying to build for the game. So now we may start getting builds that people don't enjoy because it's not the same developer, and this developer, the guy who's the developer now or the director now, likes things to go this way. Well, it's his prerogative, and if the company approves it, he's going to do what he or she wants to do. So, I mean, the whole thing has been a hot mess. The whole thing is a severe blow to Activision Blizzard, but now, like I said, in my opinion, I think the games are fixing to take a hit, which is going to make the consumer even more upset, because we as consumers, we don't like whenever things that are good change, and especially if they change for the worse. So, I'm going to get y'all's opinions. Domingo's got that hand on that chin, so he's thinking something. I'm going to go to him first, and I'm going to get his opinion. What do you think about the developers for these games now directly being involved in the games that are now being affected and stepping down?
First, that just shows really, wow, how bad it is over there. Like, the fact that now that it's hitting, like you said, the game developer side and the director side, meaning that how bad does this thing go? How bad were you guys to your people, to where it's now everyone has to leave? It's like how far? What was the janitor too? Did the janitor, try to grab some cooch or something? I mean, how bad did this thing go to where it's like, now this guy has to go. I mean, it just shows how bad this thing is going to get. But with that being said, I think unlike the Snyder Cut, not the Snyder Cut, the quote unquote original. I think it's gonna play out okay until the next expansion or the next video game. A lot of times, normally things happen when they bring someone in or new people in. The person, even from sports to anything nerdy to politics, it always the normal thing is that person comes in and that person continues what's already been in play, because normally that contract or that expansion or whatever it is usually the season is not done for that thing yet. So it's like, well, I'm gonna finish this thing out. Then when it's done, then I can change it. So let's say it's expansion 65 Dragons or something like that. Expansion 65 Dragons may not be over until January 2nd or February. So until then, you might get a really, really great game from League of what is it? Not say League of Legends. From World of Warcraft and Diablo. You might get great games from that point all the way to then. But then after that, I think that's when we're going to start to see it, because that's when it's like, okay, well, those expansions are done. Now we're going to have a brand new expansion from a brand new team of people, and then that's when it's like, now we're getting, instead of another ancient creature, we're going to use dogs. What? Yeah, just little tiny dogs, and then they're gonna shoot poison. What? That's not what we want for this game. Yeah, well, that's what you're getting, because we're over it now. So, but I don't think it's gonna be anything that we can see too soon, unless you just get a Josh Whedon, because Josh Whedon was a special case. He just came in and just decided to just flip everything just because he could, because he was that high-end popular guy. I don't think any of these people stepping in are going to be prima donna divas like that. So I don't think that we're going to have anything be such a major change so fast. I think over time we're going to start seeing the effects of World of Warcraft start going down and down. The next expansion only maybe 50,000 by the next expansion 30,000, and it's just going to keep getting lower and lower because people aren't going to like it unless these new people just have some talent that we haven't seen, and they do something that reinvigorates the game, maybe on a GTA level to where people want to buy it. But that's to be seen, right? Normally, it usually doesn't happen that way. So I think that at the moment, it's not looking well, especially if the suit gets worse and worse and more people walk out, then they're going to have to create a brand new team, and then it might start to affect it. So it all depends on who's going to leave next, if anyone else is going to leave, and how bad it is. Because if it continues this way, then we might not even have to wait till those expansions or the rest of those games or whatever pieces of whatever game or season is done. We might see it pretty soon. I'm hoping not, because I kind of, I'm a nice guy. I like to see everybody, in the worst of the hood. I like to see everybody eat. I want everybody to eat, I want you to make it. I want you to make it. I want you to make it. So I would love for them to make it out of this suit and still have good games for other people to play. I don't play Diablo, wasn't my thing. It looks good though from afar. And World of Warcraft, got into it way too late. I don't feel like I got the time to catch back up on everything. I know the expansions are different, but still, I'm a lore person, so I would like to know the entire lore before I jump in. So that's just me. But yeah, I would like to see them make it, but it all depends on how bad these people really were to their people behind closed doors when we weren't there. So, yeah, I don't know. It's crazy.
All right, cool. Mr. Snake, you got an opinion? I mean, you usually have something to say.
I'm just curious about how this is going to affect. I mean, World of Warcraft has been going on for years.
Yeah.
And this is a major blow, so this is a big deal. So it's not just World of Warcraft, it's not just Diablo. Activision and Blizzard both have major games out there, so it's gonna affect a lot of them across the board, especially this is the three people stepping down. Who else is going to be behind them? It's so this is a big deal. So I'm just curious, what else is going to happen? What other major things are going to come out that everybody's going to freak out about?
Yeah.
Disney buys them. I'm joking. Don't do that.
Bruh,
don't do that.
I'm serious.
Don't do that. Don't do it.
You're joking,
hey,
but
you're playing around, but yeah, you playing around, but
I mean, something like this happens.
That kind of crap happens, bro. You get somebody with some money that'll come in and buy them cheap. They'll clean house except for who they want to keep, and
think about
turn that place into a juggernaut.
Not Disney, but
yeah, it's happened before, didn't it?
Netflix picking them up.
Yeah.
Ooh,
yeah.
Because I'm saying, remember, Netflix is trying to get into the gaming, and they this is a very good opportunity for them to slide their ass right in there.
Yeah,
So,
and this happened before, like right with like game. I can't recall companies off the top of my dome. You guys probably could, but it's happened before. I'm sure with other companies in the past where somebody's like, oh well, it looks like whatever the people who made the N64 is falling off. It looks like I'm gonna buy whatever said IPO, whatever, and then take it over. So yeah. It's awesome and scary at the same time, man.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Like Tyler's got a valid point that is the easiest way for companies to acquire other companies or other IPOs, like you're saying. Like you catch somebody that's just they'll wait until Activision is damn near ready to file bankruptcy, and then they'll swoop in whoever it is. They'll swoop in and get it for mega cheap, and turn around and turn it into a juggernaut. Like. They'll, like I said, they'll clean house from whoever they don't want. They'll keep the pieces and the players that they do want, and completely turn that thing around. I think Netflix is an interesting player that he just threw out there. Netflix probably is my number one pick if it ever gets that bad for Activision Blizzard. Like I can see it 100%, since they're wanting to get in the gaming so bad. Like think about that. We want to introduce ourselves into gaming, and we just acquired Activision Blizzard, people that are responsible for one of the greatest titles or the longest running titles of all time. And talking about World of Warcraft, that game, like he said, has been running forever. They're responsible for that, and you're Netflix trying to get in the game, and then you just acquired that. That would be huge.
I think this is my opportunity.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it.
Jump in here.
My number 2 choice, the other two
Finally
big juggernaut that freaking do it is. I mean, Tyler's got the money. Why not? Let's just go ahead and let him do it.
Nah, it ain't about money. It ain't about money. It's not about me paying anything. It's about the 3 people that are out of a job right now, like need a comeback, and I got you.
Well, I'm gonna say this before I get my game, number 2.
They gonna come flying back, bro. Like
if they, my thing is, if they are out of a job because they did some jacked up shit, let me first of all say they deserve every bit of it. Let me say that. I don't know if they're vacating because they don't want to have nothing to do with all of it, and they're like, you know what, I want no parts. I can go get another job somewhere else. But at the same time, if they helped create that environment that was going on and the stuff that was going on in that place, or if they knew of it and said nothing and let it happen, then I can't feel sorry for them not having a job. Like you can't treat people like that and they think it's okay. I think you're gonna continue to get away with it forever. Let me say that quick disclaimer. But if they're just getting away from it to not have their names tied to it, by all means, somebody please pick up somebody with this kind of talent.
I am curious though, like these top 3, like where are they gonna, like where they go, which we know they have connections to other studios.
They'll get a job.
What are they gonna come out with?
As long as they're really not attached to anything, as long as their names aren't listed in any lawsuits, they'll land somewhere, and they'll land somewhere.
Yo! That's what I want. Sorry.
For sure is going to need them. But my number 2 choice into who could acquire an Activision Blizzard, and you already know what I'm fixing to say. They just been
Microsoft.
Spending money writing checks left and right. I'm just saying, hey, you guys are in a struggle. I got, I can pay you a little cheap, $20 billion.
Hey.
You ain't even worth that. I'll just give you a little bit more than what you're worth.
Hey,
now we own
y'all in a struggle. Nobody
and we
wants
own
you.
the
You
World
know
of
what I'm
Warcraft.
saying? Like I got $20.
Like, bro, if I'm Phil Spencer and I can acquire World of Warcraft,
I give all 3 of them like $100 each. Y'all come, like you at the bottom now. You know what I'm saying? You gotta build yourself back up.
Hey, the struggle is real. The struggle is real.
So stupid. I mean, if I get a dope Yu-Gi-Oh game from this with the VR headset and I can, all that, I'm down. You know.
I'm telling you, it. Like I said, it's just a money game at that point. As far as the big company, it's just a money game, and it depends on how much they want to be saved. Like honestly, if I'm Phil Spencer and I have any chance at all, like remote chance at acquiring World of Warcraft and Diablo, are you serious? Like from the PC standpoint, absolutely. That is to me is a no-brainer. Like I'm like again, Microsoft can buy that shit, clear house, clean house, however they want to clean house, and they own the rights to friggin'. I mean, Microsoft is a PC software company. These are huge titles in PC gaming, and I can buy the company right now that makes this game. No brainer.
No, you know what? I like it, but at the same time, I don't want it. It's scary because how in the world? Because the three biggest MMOs are World of Warcraft, Elder Scrolls, and Final Fantasy. So you mean to tell me that two of them are going to join together? So Elder Scrolls and World of Warcraft, and they get together. No, that game will be insane. You would never ever be able to get past the first island, let alone kill whatever boss you're gonna kill. And then if it's one of the ones where just VR and sort of online, everybody dead. So I don't even want to play that. No, they don't need. Nope, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it, Microsoft. Leave it be. That's too much power. Too much power. Too much.
It is a lot. It is a lot for one company, but again, right now Microsoft's got their foot in the neck of a lot of the gaming world right now. Why would they not want to try to get even more of a? I mean, it is. But whenever you think about it, even when you watch shows, somebody has power and you see that they start to get too much power. What is the one thing they want? More power. So essentially, I'm sitting here looking at this and I can put myself even one more step above everything else that's going on right now. It's still a no-brainer. Like I said,
no, Microsoft, die a hero, so you won't have to end up seeing yourself become the villain. Just die a hero. That's a Batman quote.
Man, they are on a roll, and it would not surprise me if we looked up in the next couple of days. Hey, Microsoft acquires Activision. Like, well, see that coming. But I mean, you know, Netflix is still my first choice. I think Netflix should watch it closely since they're trying to really get into gaming. That's a perfect way to try. Look really closely at that. Figure out when the best time is to make your approach and just buy it, and then straighten up everything, fix it how you want it, and then go into your gaming venture. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm kind of like Tyler. I think it's going to be interesting to see if these guys have stepped away. I don't know if they got fired or stepped away. I'm just going to say stepped away. If they end up landing new jobs pretty quickly, and I still think that's going to depend on if they are directly linked to the lawsuit or if they're not and they're just trying to not be involved in that crap anymore. They're like, I don't want no part of this. There's too much going on. I'm going to step aside, move on. And that's a very strong possibility. I can see that because if I felt like, theoretically the walls were closing in and I feel like I'm like, holy shit, it's about to go down in here, I might exit stage right too, or stage left, whichever one you want. I might make a hasty exit and be like, nope, I want no parts of this shit. Y'all are gonna go down. I'm not going down. I didn't do this. So that may be the case. I actually kind of hope that is the case. So that's kind of my take on it. I hope that's the case with them, and they're not directly linked. Because again, that also, I have no sympathy for you if you're mistreating people. So there's that too. Now, moving on to this subject, and then we'll get out of everybody's hair because it's already 11 o'clock. Since we did a little bit of gloomy stuff, we're going to talk about a little bit of things that may make some people happy that apparently it made a lot of people happy. So GTA 5, as you know, they had already announced a while back that it was going to be coming to the next gen console or current gen, however you want to look at it. It's coming to PS5 and Series X. Well, it's been confirmed, and I want to say there's some video out showing the game running in 4K, 60 frames per second, and people are going nuts about this. People are head over heels with the fact that, oh my gosh, GTA in 60 frames a second, you know, 4K resolution, awesomeness. Now, I will tell you, once I get the new Xbox, I can't tell you that I'm not gonna download GTA on that new Xbox so I can run the game faster and it'll look better. Like, I'd be a fool. I've had this game. I have it. Why would I not download it and play it a little bit faster, less loading screen time and better quality resolution and better frames? I think people are a little too overhyped about it because, I mean, it's like it's GTA 5, which, in case, you didn't know, you got to understand, this game has got to be officially the longest running game at this point, because this game has spanned 3 console generations. And I don't mean different iterations of, there's not different versions of the game. This is the same damn game. And it made it from 360 PS3, Xbox One, PS4, and now it's going to be Series X and PS5. The fact that this game has existed and has not just existed, but it has at times dominated everything as far as appeal and people buying the game for 3 console generations is not only impressive, it is unheard of, and it's I don't even know what to call it. I can't think of anything besides impressive. Like 3 consoles, or and people are still hyped, mega hyped that it's gonna be on the next gen console. They're ready to play it like it's a brand new game, which they are working on GTA 6, but it's like, bruh, this is the same game, and they're pumped as if it's just a new game. Congratulations first of all to Rockstar. Let me first off say that, because that whole rant I just went on right there sounded like I was absolutely hating on them, and that's not the case. Congratulations to y'all for an incredibly smart, innovative game that people. The game, I think it's GTA 5 is one of my favorite games of all time. Especially in GTA Online, like that. You buy that game, you don't expect certain things out of the game when you buy it, and I got what I expected and a whole lot more when I bought it. So kudos to them, kudos to Rockstar, because the fact that it lasted this long is ultra impressive. And I do think it's pretty cool that you're going to have the 4K resolution, 60 frames per second. I do think that's neat, and it has a place with those consoles. It does have it has. I don't want to say it has a need, but it makes sense that they're doing it because people want to play that game with that kind of resolution and that those kind of frames. Like, they want that, so it makes sense that they went ahead and pulled it.
We want GTA 6. Not,
I mean,
this is. You could say that this is impressive all you want. This is annoying. This has been going on way too long.
So
it's going to continue to go on if they get GTA 6 together. That's it.
They had Red Dead and they dropped it. They just they don't give the they had Red Dead came out and they dropped. They didn't give Red Dead nothing.
Because everybody's playing GTA.
Still slow because they didn't update Red Dead the way they were supposed to when they brought it out.
Alright, so GTA is 2. I got 2 types of two types of images, if you would say. So GTA would be like that girl that teases you for the longest time for you to finally get it on like in the end of your college year, but you've been trying to chase us since middle school. Like that's what GTA is, and it's like, oh, you don't get GTA 6 soon. Like, I mean, I've been dating you for like since middle school. Oh, I'm gonna give it to you. I got you. I promise. And then Red Dead is like Cinderella, pretty much. It's like, oh, is Cinderella coming out? We're gonna get to see it. Oh yeah. So put back in there clean, stay in there. No glass slipper, break the glass slipper. That's pretty much what's going on with that.
No, because that would give Red Dead that's giving Red Dead a chance to be successful. Like, because she finally comes out and she's Cinderella, like that means that Red Dead has a chance to come out and be Cinderella and be great. But no, they're never gonna do that. Like,
so what would Red Dead be then?
One of the stepsisters that nobody cares about.
I like it. I'll take. Yep, there you go. Well, Hammer, there you go.
Where's the Red Dead's that one slipper that broke?
So there you go. That's
I agree with it.
And in GTA 6 is the Cinderella like that we're waiting for.
I mean, they're working on GTA 6. I think they're working on GTA 6 and they're using the cash cow that is GTA 5 to keep people occupied, man.
That's fine, but
I agree they should. I agree they should have took more time with Red Dead. Somebody should have broke off and worked on Red Dead, and had that game should be way further along than what it is.
All I'm saying is like they could do the same thing that they're doing with GTA Online for Red Dead Online. It's just they could do the same and make money. They're not like Red Dead has so much potential online, a lot of potential online, and it's just squandered. Like
Gohan.
Yep.
With the wind.
100%. You said Gohan because wind. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
No, but I agree. I mean, he's not wrong. They just gave up on freaking on Red Dead and just followed the cash with GTA, and that's what they're sticking with while they work on the new GTA. But excuse me, nevertheless, I mean, even if it's irritating, it's still impressive that it still has such a following, borderline cult following, for 3 console generations. Like, people are not tired of it after 3 console generations. Like, that's insane. I mean, you are, but there are people that
there's a lot of people that
just like,
are. There's just there's nothing really else to play, and they do keep playing, but at the same time, it's.
And Rockstar they add just enough to the game to keep you occupied,
to piss you off. Like, that's what they do.
They add just enough, like, oh hey, we added this
to piss you
and then
off.
You feel like, shit, I got to do it.
The fact that
and then so you go do it.
One thing that I would be more than happy for, and I hope to God somebody from Rockstar listens to this, because we need this in this game. Like, let me sell stuff I don't want anymore.
Facts.
Like, if I have properties and stuff, let me sell. I don't care if I don't get all my money back. I don't care. I can get it back. Like, at least give me something for it. But if I don't want it, if I don't use it, let me sell it. That's bottom line. Like, you have all these DLCs that they've come out with, where they add this, add that, and none of it freaking connects. Like, you can be a CEO of a corporation, you can be a biker club, and biker club has all these things. And then they did add it to where you can officially have, like, in your arcade, they had this like system that has everything connected. But before they added that, they added a terabyte truck that she installed this computer to where you can do that in the truck, but you couldn't put that in any other thing. Like, they need to be able to condense or combine your products and your business. Like, what's the point in me owning a biker bar, owning like everything I own, but I have to literally stop being a biker club member just to register as a CEO, even though I'm both. Like, that makes no sense.
One thing they could do if they did want to, I haven't like played it, but based off that one, if they wanted to, if it was a problem, it shouldn't be a problem. And this is for GTA 6. I'm assuming they can do later on, but they could have it to where if they just didn't really want you to do both. Let's say for some weird reason they don't. They can have it to be all the stuff that has connect. Like, you have to be a CEO, but of things that revolve around bikers and things of that nature, or whatever the case may be. If that would at least make more sense than you can't do nothing at all. You know what I mean? If they want to do something, honestly, they should just let you do all of it, which will make a lot more sense, because that would just make the game way better. But if you had to choose, at least do that than nothing at all.
And I get what you're saying, and I would have.
Our frustration, Mingo, because you don't
you haven't played it.
Like,
I get what he's saying.
No, this is a serious question. Like, like some of the stuff you're playing, some of the stuff you're mentioning, like, it's not the same as what's happening. Like, because they do let you do everything. They let you do everything, but they don't. It's none of it's combined. Even though you are the one that you buy all these different. I have all these businesses, but like, for instance, under the biker club, you can own like a weed farm, processing, like all the illegal, like, background, like, and the biker club is
document forgery,
forgery and cocaine farm, like all that. And you go to those places. You have to buy the place, and then you have to fill it with employees, like upgrade and everything, and run it. And that's out of the biker club. Like, you have to go to the biker club, go in, and use the computer there. Out of the corporation, like, if you're a CEO, I'm trying to remember everything that you do. Like, under CEO, you can have access to, like, there's certain. Help me out, Ray. What do you do under CEO? Like, I haven't done the missions for a long time. I always
that's whenever you can have like the warehouses with the the warehouses with cars. You can run guns.
Yeah,
you can do all of that.
But then you have to, and that's when you get a bunker, and the bunker you can have weapon running, stuff like that. You get a hangar. The hangar you can run is like a gun running mission or something like that, where you can like actually haul off the guns. Like, there's a facility. The facility that you get, they have their own missions. Like the hangar missions. Like, the only thing good about the hangar is like you can actually store your planes in. Like, none of the missions are worth doing. The Terabyte is a truck. It has its own missions. Nobody ever gets the Terabyte out anymore, because there's no point in calling the Terabyte out just to start missions and stuff. Like, you have a yacht out there for no freaking reason. They have yacht missions. Like, I mean, there's just so much that they're adding, but they're not connecting. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're adding all this, like the casino. The casino has its own missions, its own connections. The freaking, like, arcade. The arcade, like, they had, whenever they brought out the Terabyte, they had this big thing about, like, being able to have, like, a computer that connects. Like, she's able to connect all your stuff. I was like, oh, all right, this is awesome. But it's only in the Terabyte. You know, like, why didn't they let me hire her to put that device in any facility where I want to have my home base? Like, my CEO business, I bought the best one that they had, which is the big tower in downtown. Like, why wouldn't I want to have that as my home base, like, and be able to go to that one place and be able to connect to all my stuff? Like, it even has in the meeting room a big map of the whole map of the of GTA, and it could be able to have all my dots and stuff everywhere. All my business, I should be able to go to that map and be able to control everything I have. I'm a big CEO. Like, I should be able to, like, actually hire my assistant that doesn't do nothing, by the way, but give me free snacks. That's her only job. I literally can't do nothing with her. You can't call her to, like, why is she assisting? Getting snacks? Like literally, like, you call her, like, I should be able to call her anywhere and, like, hey, set up a new mission. I should be able to call her, like, and instead of having to, like, right now you have to do a mission. Once you complete the mission, you go back to the tower just to start the new mission, which in reality I just call my assistant to have her set up stuff, or have my assistant check and keep tabs on all my stuff. Like, and hey, you have I have a motorcycle club that I own, which I'm a multi-billion-dollar businessman. Like, I own places, it's like it connects. Like, why would I have to leave one to, like, it don't, like, why are y'all not connecting these?
Messing with his brain.
But you can't, once you buy it, you cannot sell it. You can't shut it down. It's just nothing. It's just there. Like, I have an auto shop, a car shop that you're supposed to be able to get cars, take it to.
That's that new thing, what? Yeah.
No, there's two. This is the second one. The first one that they had was is a car shop. Like, you go, like you're stealing cars and like collecting them and then selling them in bulk or something like that. Like, and then this new one is a racing type of car shop thing. It's like, you can't connect those. I already have a shop. Why I gotta buy another shop? Like, it's like, I have one. I literally have one already. This is my rant about GTA 5. I'm sorry, I'm ranting.
No.
These are all valid excuses.
Yeah, these are all facts. Because I always wondered how come I couldn't just select to be a CEO and just control everything. Like, if I'm a CEO, I should be able to run. If I want to run the club, I can run the club. The biker gang, I can run that.
Yeah, like
if I want to run the facility, you can run that. Like, I'm a CEO. I instantly just tell somebody, hey, do this. And
what's the point in having a cell phone? Like, you have a cell phone in the game, like, and at every single place, you have people there that run the stuff. Like, why can't you have them, like, they should be running it and producing stuff without you actually having to go and start the stuff.
That is true.
Like, all of these things should be producing you money, and you should be able to have it like a financial thing. Like, oh, this is doing, okay, what is going on over here? Might need to fire this guy, hire a new guy. Like, there should be like, it should be like a business thing, like, to connect. Like, you can't use the stock market online, so, like, you might as well be able to do something with combining your businesses and having an empire. Shit.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Agreed.
I'm breathing now. I'm calm now.
It's all good. These are all valid points. They're all valid points. But with that being said, it is 11:25, and like I told you, that was going to be the last subject. I know we started a little bit late. Sorry about that. We all work normal jobs, regular 9 to 5s. Well, not regular for me. 9 to 5 is whenever I get off work. So, apologize for that. But do appreciate anybody that joined and tuned in and listened to our rants about games and all of the negative news and some positive news. Subscribe on YouTube, on Facebook. Make sure you hit the like button, share the video on Facebook, share the video, give it a thumbs up. Let your friends know we're here. If you ever want to talk, leave us a comment. I always like them comments. We always talk to people when they're on the show. Outside of that, though, we appreciate you. Make sure you tune in for the rest of the shows when we get them. Make sure you tune in. You got Primetime Mingo D, Nerd Information with Snake. We know how it works. And we'll see you later. You have a good night.